Here.
Thank you. Are there any additions to the agenda at this time? Do I have a motion to approve? We have a first and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Executive session was held on September 9th, 2025 from 7:10 to 7:50 p.m. to discuss personnel. Executive session was held on October 7th, 2025 from 6 p.m. to 6:30 to discuss personnel and consult with attorney. Moving on to our minutes, could I have a motion to approve the minutes? We have a first and a second. Are there any questions on the motion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Trustee, would you like to review the board rules?
Ridgway Area School District will provide learning opportunities to meet the needs of a diverse population and a dynamic workforce. Ridgway Area School District will continue to build transparent and trusted relationships with all stakeholders. Ridgway Area School District will continue to build a culture of safety and support for all students, staff, families, and the community.
Thank you. Anyone have public comment? I don't think we have any public comment submitted for tonight. Oh, we have it in the end. All right, sorry. The purpose of public comment is not to debate with the board, but rather an opportunity to address the board on matters of concern, official action, or deliberation, which are or may be before the board. The board requires that public participants be residents, including pupils of this district or taxpayers of the district. Those wishing to address the board must state their name and address. When recognized by the president, each individual will have 3 minutes to address the board. Mr. Seeley, you are up, sir.
Williams to Montmorency Road, Ridgway. Several things I'd like to just bring to your attention. I don't believe I have done this before with the board, but I have done it with the town. The town just also knows. As everyone knows, the last time we were reassessed in the area for taxes. And that's just an equalization between homes. Well, it was 1984. That's 41 years ago. 41. If you don't think things have changed, believe me, they have. I just sold 2 properties because I'm getting a bit old. Okay? Just sold 2 properties. Unbelievable what the valuations are on the homes around. One is very, very low, looks like a Taj Mahal. The others are just average houses, and they're up higher than the one which looks like a Taj Mahal. So therefore, my feeling was to give you all a copy of this so that at least you can read it and see what the differential is. This is in New York State. I lived in 3 states, 4 states, and it's all the same with respect to assessments. In this one case, they were both assessed $100,000. On reassessment, one became $300,000, and the other became $150,000. So you had a little bit of growth in one, but a multiple of 3 in the other. And you can see the way the taxes then are adjusted. And I'll just set it up very easily for you. The board can review it, determine what they wish to do. I had, one other thing, and that is the next budget. I would like to see a budget this year. Last year, we didn't see one. Okay, I did receive a state package, but a state package, you may as well take glue and put it over your eyes because There's no definition there. Whether you have 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, etc. And as the board projected to us a month ago, or 2 months ago perhaps, you're going to reevaluate what you're spending money on. Okay, and I believe unless the budget is drawn up from basic characteristic, you have no budget. It'll be the same thing. And the legislators, I contacted the new one, McCormick. I got an email from him, and I said, he's not answering the question. It was just a piece of paper he sent out. Did you hit Bill yet? Yeah, we did. It says, I'm a sweetheart. I have 6 years in office. Okay. And any comments, etc.? No comments?
No questions at this time, but thank you for your
I
handout.
can't hear you.
No questions at this time, but thank you for your handout. We will take a look at it. Thank you.
Okay, I hope your attorney is on the line because I believe she should also have a role in this. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on for information for the board from faculty and staff. We did a recognition tonight with new employees. Do you want to read those off for the public?
Sure. The new employees that came tonight for our little social and meet and greet with the board was Miss Carolyn Confer-Vogt, who was our middle school special education teacher, Madeline Newcomb, who was our high school life skills teacher, Austin Eric, who was our 7th and 8th grade social studies teacher, Lindsay McLean is our middle school science teacher, Liliana Gorski was hired as a paraprofessional, Mara Lecker, a paraprofessional, Courtney Mitchell is our new elementary autistic support teacher, Kristen Banks was hired as a paraprofessional, and then Mr. Borowski was there representing as the new principal, Mr. Heindel as the new principal at FSG, and Ken Vogt was actually hired as a director of student affairs, and Chris Sampson was a new custodian hired.
All right, thank you. Moving on to buildings and grounds, Mr. Elias.
I'll use this, I guess. All right, the main drive of the RSD Building and Grounds Department is to ensure a clean, safe, attractive, well-maintained, and efficiently functioning facility that enhances the learning environment along with the school spirit of the Ridgway elders. Throughout the year, personnel complete many different tasks and repair requests along with any emergencies that may arise. Other services include, but are not limited to, management, maintenance of buildings, maintenance of utility and energy management systems, such as our have access to monitoring or of environmental issues such as air and water quality, as well as landscaping and all types of repairs due to unforeseen circumstances, trash removal, snow removal, building and site security, primary maintenance, checks and services of all equipment, safety, maintenance, inspection, planning, scheduling, new construction and summer projects, warehousing, inventory, emergencies, disaster planning, maintaining fire protection systems, and pest control. This past summer went pretty well. With all the changes at the elementary school, we had to move 18 different teachers to different classrooms. That was a task. Which was a huge chore, along with replacing carpets in one of the rooms, some touch-up paint to the rooms, and reorganizing a lot of the storage areas. Potholes were filled and curbs painted was addressed, along with grass cutting and tree and hedge trimming. The entire school was deep cleaned. At the middle high school, they accomplished a good bit. The upstairs hallways were painted white and the door frames were painted maroon. The field house, sports complex, and all entranceways were power washed. We fixed the steps to the upper parking lot, along with repaired several handrails. We repainted traffic flow arrows, handicap parking spots, along with parking lines. We fixed a sinkhole in the back parking lot / drain. We repainted the 6th grade wing, staff bathrooms, repaired the ceiling in the kitchen, fixed the vinyl fencing by the pickleball courts, relaid the tile floor for the 6th grade entranceway. We fixed the landscaping wall at the gym entrance, and the middle school sign structure was repaired. We moved some lockers and added an outlet in the boys' locker room for the boys' basketball team. All shrubs and grass was maintained all summer, and we completely cleaned and sanitized the entire school. The maintenance and the custodial department take pride in their work ensuring a clean, safe, and well-maintained facility. We have a great staff here, and they are proud of their efforts to support the district's pursuit of a quality education. This time, does anybody have any questions?
All right, thank you. Mr. Elias, looks like you guys were pretty busy.
It was a very busy summer.
Thank you so much for all the work. The buildings looked great at the beginning of the school year when we came back.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to students of the month. We have Mr. Heindel. Would you like to go first?
Sure. Ready to do your speech? So it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Kyler D'Elia. Kyler is the son of Casey Caution and Rick D'Elia. He was nominated in 5th grade by his teacher, Mrs. Friedel. His favorite subject is math, and I asked why. He said, "I am just good at it." What he likes the most about school is seeing his friends. How does he like to show kindness and help others? He likes to help others open doors, not clean your room. Advice for other students, always be kind and helpful. His inspiration in school is his friends and his teachers. One thing he would do to make the school better is have more peer tutors. Okay? His future career goal is to be a doctor, and his favorite memory so far this year was the homecoming assembly. Mr. Kyler D'Elia. Our second student of the month, also a 5th grader, Miss Lincoln Pierce, got a little bit of the flu bug, so she will not be with us, but we will recognize her in November.
All right, thank you. Moving on, Mr.
So we have two students of the month, extraordinary helpers, and we have videos from them since they can't. We don't have them be here from the middle high school. So Emily Reed is the middle school one, and we'll watch her videos first. So we'll learn a little bit about her.
Today I'm with Emily Reed, one of September's extraordinary helpers. She's the daughter of Sarah and Brian Reed, and she was nominated by Mrs. Godino for taking the time to write practice problems off the board for Today I'm with Emily Reed, one of September's extraordinary helpers. She's the daughter of Sarah and Brian Reed, and she was nominated by Mrs. Godino for taking the time to write practice problems off of the board for another student who had hurt their hand. So can you tell us a little bit about your activities within school?
I like riding horses and softball.
That's great. And so what are some of your achievements in school?
And
And then who is your favorite teacher?
Mrs. Martina.
And why is she your favorite teacher?
Because she lets me have free time and let me do my work.
And then how did you feel whenever you were awarded the extraordinary helper?
Very excited.
And what is your advice to other students at RHS?
Always help and be kind.
And last but not least, what are your future plans?
Nurse.
The interesting thing is she was limping down the hall today, and I asked her why she was limping, or she fell off her horse. So she's very into taking care of her horses, as she said there. So we're really proud of her. Our high school extraordinary helper is Liam Macer. He's in 11th grade. And we have a video of him as well. Maybe hit refresh, I don't know. just like any presentation, technology doesn't work, and I remember sitting there as a teacher going, oh, look, principal can't get the technology working, well, how am I? But
We have Liam Macer with us. He is the son of Greg and Patricia Macer, and he is September's Extraordinary Elder. He was nominated by Ms. Jackson for demonstrating outstanding leadership, empathy, and inclusion in a Race Across project. So can you tell us a little bit about your activities within your school and your community?
I do track and cross country, and then I work at Boxes of Pizza.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about your achievements at school?
French Honor Society and High Honors.
And then who is your favorite teacher here at school?
Miss Jackson, because she is good at teaching.
Wonderful. And how did it feel to be honored with the Extraordinary Elder title?
Surprising.
And so then what are some of your advice to other students here at RHS?
To be kind to others.
And last but not least, what are your future plans?
To attend college for talent.
Great, good luck with that.
so those were our extraordinary elders from the middle and high schools.
All right, so Kyler, Emily, and Liam, congratulations, and let's give them a round of applause. Yeah, if we'll get like a quick picture, at the Ridgway record wants to grab a picture real quick. Do I have any volunteers from the board for a picture? Anybody? Thank you all.
Not on my vest today, so I'll look good. We usually stand by the wall over there. Yeah.
Whoever uses the end, this is a better spot. You should recognize me.
All right, moving on to board business. If we could have an update on the middle high entrance construction project.
So we actually met with the architect last Thursday.
Hey, Donna,
I'm sorry, I have it on.
we'll get close to it.
Okay.
Speak directly to the end of it.
We met with the architect last Thursday. It was actually, can you hear me now?
Aim it at your mouth.
We met with the architectural firm last Thursday. The meeting was in reference to the foundation/gymnasium project here at the elementary. However, we touched on the middle high entrance project. They are going to have those bid documents to us next week. So we will then be placing the ads for the bids. And we'll follow the timeline that they had given us originally. They are also working on, I'm going to segue into the next items. They are working on roof loads for all of the solar installation. So one of the options that they're going to bring to the board for solar is roof installation at both campuses. So the architectural firm has to confirm the weight load, whether or not it can support it, etc. So they're also working on that for us as a gratis, thank goodness. So they are going to finish that, and then we have to turn that back to PA Solar so they can finish their work. And they're going to have those three options available to the board for you guys to take a look at. I did have an opportunity to talk with Mr. Hanley from the borough. And I also have a phone call into the township, but I have not spoken with them yet. If it is a roof installation project, that permitting can be approved solely by the city manager through the borough. If it is a ground mount or any other type of mount, it does have to go through a council meeting and get approved. So that's how that works from their perspective. He shared a lot of information with me about a project that they're actually in the midst of. They are looking at putting a plant, a solar plant, where the old landfill was. It's a significant revenue income for the borough if in fact they get that in place. So they're working on that right now, and it's very attractive. So he shared the details about that, which was very, very nice of him. So once I hear back from the township, I'll have more information on that, but I don't have anything tonight. That's it.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Alrighty. We have no new business. The intermediate Unit 9 report, their next meeting is October 20th, and we will have a report after that. Moving on to principals' reports. Oh, we'll start with Mr. Frodosky tonight.
Okay. Well, I submitted my, let's see, turn this on if you need to. I submitted all my stuff to my board report, and to a couple of things I just want to focus on is like my goals for the upcoming year. I'm someone that's real big on trying to get teachers involved and faculty involved, not just in the classroom, but in the community. And that was one of my major goals that I have for that. And I really thankful there's already teachers that do a lot of things, but I'm going to actually ask them, like I'm sharing my goals with them so that they can see that that's one of the things I really want to see them be involved in the community and be a positive awareness of the Ridgway Middle High School. It helps, I know it helps me as being someone that didn't go to school in Ridgway, but I was, I've been available at a lot of the sporting events and the extracurricular things, and it's nice for parents to see you there. So that's definitely something that I'm really trying to push through the teachers as well. And then we just wrapped up homecoming. We crowned a king and queen at homecoming. Josie Gerber was our homecoming queen, who was escorted by Nick Duffield. Everything that week went really well. There was a lot of fun activities we did in school. We had a nice pep rally at the elementary school that the kids loved, and I wish the middle high school acted that way during a pep rally, because it was really fun to watch them on the video that we shared on Facebook. And then we had a pep rally as well. And then we had a dance on October 4th, and that was a good experience. It was my first time chaperoning a homecoming dance, and it was interesting. Lots of jumping around, not much dancing, but it was still a good time. So that was a really good thing that happened at the school. Other than that, that's pretty much all I was going to share. If you guys have any questions, I can answer them.
Any questions? Thank you. Mr. Heindel.
So attached to my board report as well, if you go all the way down to the bottom, you don't have to do it now, but we posted a bunch of pictures that has been ongoing since September up to currently what today. 3 things through that you'll see on some of the pictures. We just wrapped up our Penny Wars competition. You can see the signs in here. Cancer awareness, which is led by Mrs. Frank. It was absolutely huge this year. In the 3rd year, grade level competition, they had jars lined up outside as they come in. Kids would drop it off. The reason why I put how much they raised on there, if you look at the difference from 2024, they made almost $1,800. Today they cashed in at $3,400 that they will donate to Make-A-Wish on behalf of the elementary school. That is a credit to the entire school district itself and FSG. Outdoor classroom, if you come in by the office out here, you go out to the 4th grade wing in collaboration with Mr. Kulik, Mr. Okaneski, and thanks to Mrs. Petrosky. We found an area that we're going to try to put in an outdoor classroom at 0 cost to the district. We're going to work with the shop classes down at the middle high to create tables for up here. My man Pete there find us a big whiteboard that we can attach outside there for the students to use. Our goal is to get that up and running by the spring of 26, and I think it's a great area out there. If you'd like to see it, I can show you afterwards. And then the last part I want to highlight is our student resource officer, Officer Schruffler. She has been phenomenal at FSG. She implemented the Safe to Save program up here with the 5th grade students. She's met with various students throughout there to try to alleviate any situations. She's been a rock star riding the buses along with us, and I highlighted that on there as well, that the cameras have all been installed that have alleviated a lot of problems that we had earlier in the year for some of those buses. And one of the biggest things is she attended open house there to greet the parents so that they know who she is. So it's been a very positive and productive month here at FSG, and it's only going to hit the ground running for this month with all the fun that's going to happen here Friday with the carnival.
Any questions? Well, I would just like to say I really appreciate the collaboration that I see going on between the buildings. I think when the younger kids see the older kids and vice versa, that's a really great thing. So the homecoming activities that you did. Seeing that collaboration, I think, is a great thing. And also the outdoor classroom, I love that idea, and I love that you're utilizing our high school students to do the building of the project. So kudos, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to Office of Student Services.
My board report was attached as well. I'm not sure these are working tonight. Oh, I got it now. We're good now. It's attached as well, as evident by all of the new special ed staff that was at the meet and greet a little bit ago. That's kind of my board goal, my administrative goal that I'm working on this year, is just to help all the new staff that I have, provide the trainings that they need and the support in order to maintain compliance with all of the regulations that we have to follow. Myself and some of those teachers, mentors that you met tonight, we decided to do IEP boot camps. And once a month, we're meeting with the new special education teachers and kind of teaching them the basics. And then moving from there. We've done one with the overall basics, how to collect present level data, how to even email all the teachers, just the best methods to go about that. And then on October, we worked on setting up IEPs with the secretary and working on invitations, because I'm finding, lots of different colleges, they're great, they prepare in a lot of different ways, but they're not really prepared to write IEPs, and that's a humongous part of their job. And I have 3 brand new teachers and 2 teachers that have only been there, this is the start of their 3rd year. So I just have a lot of new staff. And so we just felt that was important to work on this school year. Our school psych, as you know, Francesca Goodman has been on maternity leave. Our previous psych, Amy Finn, has offered to assist with that because only certain people can evaluate students. You have to be qualified in order to do that. So she's been getting some of those assessments in. From here, my secretary and I have been collaborating. A lot of my special ed teachers have stepped up to assist us with emailing teachers for data, to collect the data to provide to the school site. Same things with the 504 plans. We're trying to still carry on without that vital role from my department. As you can see further on in the report with numbers, I am getting a little concerned. We do have a lot of initial evaluations. I have 7 evaluations for IEPs in process. I have 2 for 504s and 2 for gifted. So I have 11 initials in process right now, and that's a lot for this time of year, on top of not having an in-house site at the moment. So we're doing our best to make sure that all of those get done in a timely manner. As you can see by the numbers, there's just a little fluctuation at this point of the year, kind of move-ins coming in and out. There's 165 special education students within the district. That's -3 from my board report last month, and it's just kids moving in, moving out, and there was 1 dismissal. Like I said, though, there's 7 initials in process, so if those are finished by next month, my numbers could jump up very quickly. For the Chapter 15s, it's a total of 26. And for the gifted students, we have a total of 16. So I just like to outline those numbers because I think they're important. At this point, we are up with the special education numbers over my child count from last year by over 10. So, and I anticipate that number to grow before child count has to be submitted in December. So that's my report. Does anybody have any questions?
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to our business manager, Mrs. Sadlinger.
Thank you. So I'm going to keep my report brief because I have Mrs. Horny here tonight to talk a little bit about the Summer Parks program, just to give you guys an overview on how that went. But everything's attached in my area, the nutrition P&L for September. We ran at a negative of $4,731. We'll see that start to reverse to the positive side next month. There is no information currently available on the state budget. The Senate pushed a bill down to the House on the 8th. However, they did nothing with that bill. The Senate is now out of session until October 20th, and the House is out until October 27th, unless they're called back, which that's not looking promising. The education funding in the proposed bill projected steady with some relief for cyber tuition calculations. We did run that calculation for our district. If it would come through with the change that they're proposing, it would save us about $100,000 for cyber tuition. That's only if they keep it in there in the same form that it's in there now. I do have a synopsis of our 24-25 medical and dental claims listed there for you guys to take a look at. And then just some additional information on our insurance for your review. There are numbers for enrollments for cyber, rockets, placements, etc. And then finally, the Summer Parks program was a huge success once again. It ran from June 3rd to July 10th with an average attendance of 80+ kids per day. There is a link, which I hope works, to some great photos that Mrs. Horn shared with us, so if you have time, you can take a look at them. If it doesn't work, let me know and I can send it to you so you can see them. They're a lot of fun. The summary for the Parks program is also attached, so you can see the expenditures that were realized for the Parks program, and I'm going to let Mrs. Horn give you a little overview of her fun she had.
Hello. So I've been doing the Parks program for 7 years. It's a program that's provided by the Ridgway School District, the Ridgway Borough, and the Ridgway Township. It's for kids kindergarten through 8th grade. Kids 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th can get community service for it. It runs 6 weeks, like Donna said. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays is at West End Park, which is revitalized. If you've not seen it lately, go down there. There's now running water and a bathroom. Great. Wednesdays is up at Olson Park. We also have running water and a bathroom up there. The first couple of years we did not. I had to carry water with me, and Erica would know. She was there with me. And a lot of little ones that had to go to the bathroom. But anyways, I always have a theme for each week. We do all about bugs, camping, Beach Week, Everyday Heroes, 4th of July, and then we do Water Week, our last week. Each week, we have crafts that go along with the themes and activities. I have guests that come in. Some of the things that we do, we make s'mores, we make homemade ice cream. I do all hands on deck. I call everyone I know because we have so many kids that need help. We have a lot of the kindergartners that were coming into the school this year that came this year. So I needed a lot of extra help. We have a great community that will volunteer and help me out. The Christian Alliance Church comes every week and gives the kids snow cones for free. The lunches every day provided by the nutrition group. They brought breakfast for the next day, and then on Thursdays they brought breakfast and lunch for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And they went home with a half a gallon of milk, each kid, which was amazing. Also, the community pool, I was able to, the last 2 years we've done this, we go down there for a free swim day, and the nutrition group makes us pizza, so we have a pizza party, and we get to swim all day, which is really cool. The firemen are huge help to the Parks program. Water Week is the firemen. They come in and hose down my kids. every single day. I have blow-up pools that I fill up so the kids can play with that. This summer, if you'll remember, it got really, really hot. I think it was week 4. And I called Frank Patron and asked him if he would come, and he came every day and hosted and done every one of those things too. So that was really nice. Like Donna said, it's an average of 80. The most I've had this year was 120 kids. I had 3 people that were helping me this year, Crystal Tutton, Chris Kobot, and Barry McGrath. That's the most I've ever had helping me, and I really appreciated that because we really, really needed it. It helps with behaviors. It helps with, especially with those little ones. You know, we need a lot of help with that, so that was awesome. We really have a lot of fun at the Parks program. The kids enjoy it. My grandson gets to come with me. He can't wait to go. He has all these new friends, and what's fun is you'll see some of the kids that are little stinkers in school, but they're really, really kind to young children, and they're helpful to others, you know, and I have these high school kids that a lot of them we've had, and they come back and they work with these kids, and it's really rewarding to see. We have an amazing community, and I really appreciate all the support with this program. Any questions?
Thank you, Beth, for everything you do. Moving on to superintendent's report.
Sure. So the first couple months of school have been really stockpiled with doing safety pieces. So last week we had the fire department and the police departments, both the state and the local, come in and just do a safety walkthrough, making sure all of our buildings are sound and anything that they would think we would need. We just had a couple requests, and they were ones that we're already working on, which historically numbers on the windows that they can see on the outside, reflective numbers on the bottom of the classroom doors. At the elementary school, they have most of those done. At the high school, we do not. So that's one of the things that when we do the outside numbers, we'll be doing the inside numbers. Also, as Erica said, she has a young staff. I also have a young staff. So one of the things we've been doing through leadership is bringing in community, our community partners, just to see the new faces, to learn the new people. So we've had drug and alcohol come in. We've had probation come in. The district attorney has come in, just to meet and Dickinson, just to let them know what services are available so that we don't miss anything that kids might need. I've had lots of meetings with RADA. We've scheduled a monthly meeting just to stay on top of everything as we work through the school year. Been preparing a lot of information for parents. You have received that one yesterday that I was getting ready to send out tomorrow. We have talked a lot about budget, so one of the things when people want to know how that really impacts us, one of the things I found out today, because the federal government has shut down, our high school students could not take the ASVABs because we have no military personnel to come in and do them with them, so our ASVABs have been currently canceled until further notice. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but for a lot of kids at the high school, that's how we get their pathway to graduation, and if they don't take that ASVAB, they could maybe not have a pathway. So that's really important that we get those done at some point, but until the federal government starts paying the soldiers, we have no way to get those accomplished. On our legislative update, there's just a couple of things I want to talk about. House Bill 1701, creating a school's facility inventory. So this is one where they're going to start monitoring what every district has within the school building. That was just presented, so we'll see how that pans out when they get those pieces together. Also, one's just, they're anticipated not to move forward, but you might hear about. There's electric school bus grants and unemployment compensation for striking workers. But the ones that may impact us, the student cell phone ban in schools. So that's one that everybody's starting to talk about. All of a sudden, it's hitting all of my news feeds. But there's a hearing on it on October 21st. So I'll be interested to see how that ends. I am worried about it's going to end much like the masking piece. I'm worried about how that came about. So when you parents get very defensive if you take their student's cell phone away. So it could be interesting what that means or where that goes. An interesting one for me was the cyber wellness bill, where they're requiring cyber kids to not have all of that face-to-face online instruction, but have more face-to-face. So that's interesting if you read that in my report there. And then the last one, which might have potential impact for us, there's legislation coming out of District 16 that although we have one SRO per district was what the mandate was. Now they're saying they wanted one, they're requesting one per school. So I'll be interested to see where that one lands. So just things to keep your eyes on. And that's all I have.
Are there any questions?
Yes, I do have a question. I know that in the summer, we were in the middle of a transition, but I did get some community members that asked me about the cyber charter reform petition that was published in the St. Mary's paper and in some of the McKean County papers. All the superintendents in those counties signed except for us. So I just wanted to get your answer.
Oh, absolutely, and Amy has an email from Ed Albert from PARS because she had asked me about that, and I called him, I said, Ed, I did this on the very first day, and he said there was a glitch in the system, and I had an email from him that says, yes, you did sign that, it just didn't hit the paper. So I forwarded it to Amy if you...
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think that was a question on people's minds, and I thought it might have been due to the transition period, but thank you.
Nope, I filled it out as soon as it came through.
Any other questions? I just want to add, so both Mrs. Sadlinger and Mrs. Wachowski reported on the budget, where it's at, a few concerns. The board last week did discuss the budget and how it's impacting our district. It's impacting a lot of districts. I'm encouraging everyone here, everyone online tonight, please reach out to our legislators. Let them know that this is affecting our district. Soon, it's going to be hitting our district very hard. The board will be making some very difficult decisions as our reserve money runs out. So in November, if this does not go through, we will be looking at several decisions, possibly borrowing money. And that will affect our taxpayers and the community. So please, if you have not sent out emails to the legislators, please do so. Call them, stop and see their offices, whatever you can do. Everybody needs to band together at this point throughout Pennsylvania and get them to pass a budget. Okay, moving on to our buildings and grounds. Mr. McCurdy.
Okay. I move that we approve item 9A, the Title I plan, 9B, the comprehensive plan, and 9C, the snow removal proposal.
We have a first and a second. Are there any questions on the motion? Could I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Kobach?
Yes.
Dr. Kaufman?
Yes.
Mrs. Hanley?
Yes.
Mrs. Holt? Yes. Ms. Kemick?
Yes.
Mrs. Lowry?
Yes.
Mr. McCurdy?
Yes.
Ms. Good?
Yes. Moving on to finance, Mr. Kobach.
I move that the Ridgway Area School Board approve Finance 10A through 10C as listed.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Are there any questions on the motion? Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Dr. Kaufman?
Yes.
Mrs. Hanley?
Yes.
Mrs. Holt?
Yes.
Ms. Kemick?
Yes.
Mrs. Lowry?
Yes.
Mr. McCurdy?
Yes.
Mr. Kobach?
Yes.
Ms. Good?
Yes. Motion carries. Moving on to policy, Mrs. Kemick.
I move that the Ridgway Area School District approve policy items 11A as listed.
We have a first and a second. Are there any questions on the motion? Can I have a roll call vote, please?
Mrs. Hanley?
Yes.
Mrs. Holt? Yes. Ms. Kemick?
Yes.
Mrs. Lowry?
Yes.
Mr. McCurdy?
Yes.
Mr. Kobach?
Yes.
Dr. Kaufman?
Yes.
Ms. Good?
Yes. Motion carries. Moving on to personnel, Dr. Kaufman.
I move that the Ridgway Area School Board approve the personnel items 12A through 12L.
We have a first and a second. Are there any questions on the motion? Roll call vote, please.
Mrs. Holt? Yes. Ms. Kemick?
Yes.
Mrs. Lowry? Yes. Mr. McCurdy?
Yes.
Mr. Koba?
Yes.
Dr. Cuffman?
Yes.
Mrs. Hanley?
Yes.
Ms. Good?
Yes. Motion carries. Extracurriculars. I move that the Ridgway Area School Board approve the extracurricular activities items 13A through 13C as listed.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Are there any questions on the motion?
I have a question. How much does it cost us to have our teams go to districts? As far as busing, it's between $300 and $700 per bus, depending on the length of the trip where they have to travel to.
So we currently have district playoff approval of boys soccer, cross country, and then we have permissions, letters for girls soccer and football.
What are permission letters?
Do you want to explain
Sure.
that?
So, I did some research on this, and starting in about 21, 22, if athletic teams were under 500, which is what the policy said they would move on, they could request to enter the playoffs with a less than 500 record. And that's what the permission is, but it needs board approval for that to happen.
So we're just giving them permission, we're not giving them board approval. Correct.
What would the difference be?
I don't know, that's what you said, you need board approval for permission, but does that mean?
Well, they asked us for permission to ask you for approval to go.
So this is an approval for them to go.
Yes, if you vote yes tonight, you are approving for them to attend playoffs.
I don't know if that either we're going against our policy at 50%.
That didn't start until 2021.
That's the last I could find on board docs. Anywhere back further, there was nothing attached there. I couldn't find anything back further.
No one else asked for permission.
Hmm?
No one else asked for permission?
I can't answer that. All I know is there was no letters of permit, like requests to attend before that on board docs that I could find.
Do we have the money to support that?
We don't have money for anything. Say it.
Does that have to be done this month, or can it wait until next month?
The playoffs will be over by the November meeting. Yes, playoffs will be, yes, sorry.
So we're being asked to approve entering the playoffs with a less than
500.
500 record. And that's contrary to a policy, so we're making an exception to a policy.
Right, they're asking permission, correct? And they currently, so girls soccer has currently 2 games remaining. If they win those, are they in the 500? Okay, football, they have 3 games remaining. If they
So
win
they're
those,
currently 500 right now because this was before they played last Friday where they won, so they're currently at 500. They have 2 more games remaining.
Who are they?
Football has 2 more games remaining. They are currently at a 500 record, and they have 2 games remaining.
Can we change? I mean, at this point, do we have a second on the motion that's on the floor?
yeah, we do. That's why I opened up for questions.
So can we make another motion that we approve district playoffs according to board policy? I would like to make that motion. Do I have a second?
So does that mean then if these 2 teams reach the 500, then they get to go? Is that correct?
It's according to board policy.
I like that, but I think we have to vote down the first motion. I think we have to take action on the first motion. Does anybody know Robert's rules well enough to?
Jennifer,
I don't.
do we have to take action on this motion? I'm guessing we would vote no.
There's a second motion on the floor.
Well, you can't have, did you make a motion to amend? You can't have two main motions pending at once.
All right, so we have to finish this motion. If you are not in favor of the district playoff permission, then you will vote no. If the motion does not carry, then Jennifer, can we make another motion?
Well, we have a motion in a second.
I'm trying, so what is the motion? Is it 13A, B, and C?
Correct.
Or is it just A?
It's A, B, and C.
And Mrs. Kemick, what did you want to have done differently?
That the motion be that the permission reflects district policy. That we only approve teams to go to playoffs according to the current district policy.
We would take out 13B right now.
This would mean that 13B, should they get to 500 after their games, they would be allowed to go to playoffs.
Can they amend the first motion, Jen, to remove 13B and just vote on 13A and C?
Well, yes, you can do two things. The people who made the motion in the second can agree to just modify their motion and have it be just approval of A and C. Or you can make a motion to amend the main motion by striking everything that was in 13B.
But I think we're also saying that the motion is that all teams that meet the board policy, we're approving to go to playoffs. Therefore, if those listed in 13B meet board policy, they are also approved to go to playoffs. But we're not.
My question to the board is, why do you need a motion to approve teams to move forward consistent with board policy? I mean, if they meet board policy, they automatically, you're giving them the authority to move forward without any action.
Correct.
Unless the board policy says you have to approve all of them.
Does the board, no. So then we only need a motion to approve 13C. Unless somebody wants, so let's vote on the current motion, and then if it gets voted down, we'll make a motion for 13C. 13A doesn't need voted on.
Well, she said we could amend our motion and just make it 13C.
Why do you need any motion?
So there are two teams, Jen, that are requesting to attend playoffs with a less than 500 record. That would require board permission.
Oh, okay. Is that A?
No, B.
It's B.
That's B.
Yeah.
But A is for teams that already meet board policy, therefore we don't even need 13A.
Yes, I mean, I don't know what that policy says off the top of my head, but presuming that you're saying that boys soccer and cross country meet the requirements of the policy, you don't need to approve them to go forward. I mean, I don't ever remember anything like this being on the agenda before. Has it been in past years?
Yes.
It has?
So I have the policy right here. Do you want me to read it? Okay, here's this section. Participation in playoff competition.
What policy?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Teams entering playoff competition must have a 500 record. Individuals entering postseason competition must have the qualifying criteria of their league, and that would be wrestling, gymnastics, golf, track, cross country. If the team individual does not meet the criteria but wants to continue, the coach does not, the matter will be discussed by the athletic director. And there's a little bit more about that. If a team or individual does not meet the criteria, the board, upon request of the respective coach, will consider authorizing playoff competition based on their win-loss record against schools of similar size. Okay, so it seems to me that you don't need to approve A, and it seems like, is 13B right to be approved? Are they asking for the exception now, or are they asking for the exception after they play another couple games?
It needs to happen now because playoffs will happen prior to the next board meeting, Jen.
So is the statistics listed, a win-loss record against schools of similar size?
No, that is not.
That's what I was gonna say, like, I mean, I'm sure that's probably not even factored in there, so, like, for, like, girls soccer, I'm sure they probably played maybe a Du Bois, and technically that wouldn't count, I guess, under that reading of that, so
We can't really make a decision then because we don't have the criteria of the board policy.
Yeah, and I don't know who they play, I don't know what their record was.
I'm wondering if that was stated in the board policy for teams like the football team that would play Quad A schools.
Well, that's what he's saying, that they play Du Bois, which is definitely not a similar size to.
So last year we were 4-6, and we got in because we played Du Bois, St. Mary's, larger schools.
So it worked for your benefit
100%.
last year, but this year it's working against you.
Well, we played St. Mary's, which is a AAA school. We're gonna get it. I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about girls soccer. I think we're gonna be all right. I really do.
So, I mean, I guess what I'm asking for is justification why we would not follow board policy. And if we're meeting that criteria. If the similar size schools were at a 500, it sounds to me, according to board policy, that we would then approve them. If they're less than 500, then it becomes a.
If you're at 500, you don't have to
Right.
automatically go in.
Ms. Truss, when you were researching this, did you see anything that there's teams that asked to be in that were under 500 that the board turned down?
Nobody was ever turned down.
They weren't turned down, but they didn't advance.
Yes,
allowed them to
they
go,
went, but they didn't
and
advance.
they didn't advance, so.
Nobody has advanced that's had a below 500.
Meaning they played one game and were out.
Yes.
They play one game, and I guess the problem is during this time of budget constraints, when we have money to spend, when we aren't up against, when we're looking at cutting things that are educational, I think that's where the board is concerned, is that we don't want to spend money on non-essential educational items when we are looking to cut essential educational items.
That is correct, yes, that is the issue.
And without a budget, now we're put in a position where we have to look at every penny we are spending. Unfortunately, our political representatives are not taking this into consideration when they are deciding their budget and not doing it in a timely manner like we are required to do. And I think that's the problem, and that's why we are upset, is that we are required to have a budget. If we don't have a budget in an even timelier manner than the state requires, because the county will then fine us a certain amount if we don't have that budget. So we are penalized severely if we don't have a budget in a timely manner. The state then double penalizes us by not fulfilling their fiduciary obligations by approving a budget in a timely manner. And now we are penalizing our students twice.
So I'm reviewing their schedule, like the girls' soccer schedule. So they play St. Mary's
twice.
twice,
And
and We haven't played them yet, though, they're at the end, those are the last, those aren't considered in their schedule. So Punxsutawney and Red Bank are the only two bigger schools besides, and they haven't played them yet. So,
It's a 5-9 record. There's no way they're gonna get to 500.
If you would take off.
I think they might beat St. Mary's though.
Okay. I don't know.
How do we get out of this?
Could they have the option to go if they're under 500 if, I don't know, the booster club paid for the bus, if that's not gonna be approved through you guys?
They could do it at no cost to the district.
I know if we wouldn't get the 500, the booster club would pay for our busing. I know they would do that.
That way the kids still have an opportunity to go, that's not a cost.
So you could peel 13B out and approve it with the language that they can attend district playoff with a less than 500 record if there was zero cost to the school district.
I mean, this is really troubling because none of us here want to give,
Or to take away.
take away from student extracurricular activities that in the past we have been able to fund. This is very disheartening that we have to have this kind of conversation, and the amounts in the overall budget are rather trivial. However, every penny counts, and if we're looking to curtail other educational things, then this becomes really relevant and important. And I think we have to follow board policy at this time. So if there isn't a cost to the district, and as a parent, I detest making more things, making booster clubs more responsible for things. I really do. And I'm really struggling with this whole thing. It doesn't make me happy in any way, shape, or form. I don't like telling booster clubs they have to do more fundraising to allow their children these extracurricular opportunities, but nor do I like telling our superintendent that she has to curtail educational opportunities either because of budget.
And we're not doing any field trips, and we're not, for me, it all kind of falls under that same umbrella.
It does.
Unfortunately. I feel, you said it very nicely, I feel that exact same way. And I don't know how to get around any of that at this point right now.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, this would be a discretionary expense.
For sure, and that's why in the past it hasn't even come to a conversation. Unfortunately, we're no longer flush with money. We don't have the reserves that we had even a couple years ago, and now we're forced to make these decisions.
So what do you have to do?
Then
We
we need
can-
to amend the motion.
Well, Jennifer, is that how we do it? We amend the current motion on the floor?
Yeah, are you going? I think that's the best way in light of this conversation. I think the best thing to do is somebody make a motion to modify it how you want. So Mrs. Kemick, if you want to either strike the part that is 13B or modify 13B, if you add that you're approving them moving forward, if there's no cost to the district, but yes, so I think you make a motion to amend, articulate that, and then if somebody seconds it, then you vote on the amendment. And then if that is approved, then you vote on the main motion as amended.
So I would like to make a motion to amend the motion on the floor, I guess is how you say it.
Right.
I move that we approve 13A. Well, it doesn't even require an approval. what I amend is that we allow teams to go to district playoffs if there is no cost to the district, and to approve assistant coach, 13C.
Not if they're less than top nine.
Wait, so what's the motion to amend? You're just amending 13B.
Sorry, we're just amending 13B, that teams under 500 can attend playoffs if there is no cost to the district.
Okay, so is there a second proposed amendment?
We don't
The
have.
board vote on the amendment only.
Oh, on the amendment. Okay. Are there any questions on the motion?
Well, we need a second. Did we get that?
Yeah, we have a first and a second. All right, can I have a roll call vote, please?
Yeah,
For the amendment.
Right.
Ms. Kemick?
Yes.
Mrs. Lowry?
Yes.
Mr. McCurdy?
Yes.
Mr. Koval?
No.
Dr. Kaufman?
Yes.
Mrs. Hanley?
Yes.
Mrs. Holtz?
Yes.
Ms. Good?
Yes. So the amendment motion carries.
Right, so now the main motion as amended is on the floor. So there can be further discussion, or you can vote to whether or not to approve or decline the main motion as amended.
Jamie, what's your heartburn?
Heartburn?
She just doesn't want to.
Okay.
Which I get, which is the same reason, you know.
I just wanted to hear you out.
I think they haven't had time to really react to this, so I'd rather not vote for it.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right, so we're gonna have a roll call vote.
You need a motion. Yeah, you need a motion. Somebody needs to make
Well, I think it was the original, right, Jen?
Well, we
No,
approved,
you just approved the amendment.
we approved the amended
Now you have to make a
motion. Now we have to approve the motion.
Somebody has to.
Yeah, you're voting on the motion as amended, yes or no?
So we're voting, we have, because we already made that, right? A, B, C. Is that what
Well,
we're?
it's been
what's-
amended.
It's been amended, so now we're making,
Say,
we voted to amend.
I move that the school board vote on the motion as amended.
Oh, the
It's the
motion.
motion as amended, so you're approving A, you're approving C, and you're approving B as amended.
All right, okay. I just wanted to make sure everyone knew what we were voting on. So A, C, B as amended.
Yep,
I need to make that motion. I make that motion.
no, it's already made.
It's already made,
Just have to vote.
from the beginning. So we need a roll call vote.
Yep.
Donna, the original,
Okay.
yeah, which was me and Jamie, that original one.
Mrs. Lowry?
Yes.
Mr. McCurdy?
Yes.
Mr. Koval?
No.
Dr. Kaufman?
Yes.
Mrs. Hanley?
Yes.
Mrs. Holtz? Yes. Ms. Kemick?
Yes.
Ms. Good?
Yes. Motion carries. Okay. There was a workshop held October 4th, 2025. Are there any other matters that come before the board? All right, our next meeting, we have a workshop session Tuesday, November 4th at 6:30 here at the cafeteria, and our regular board meeting Tuesday, November 11th at 6:30 at the cafeteria. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.